Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Ready set for today's video. Beer's courtesy of Matt from Massive Beer Reviews. Thanks so much, Matt. I really appreciate it. And it's a Barleywine, 21st Amendment Brewing Company, Lowered the Boom, Barleywine style ale, 92 IBUs, 11.5% ABV, American style barley wine ale packed with citrusy hops. I think this has some time on it. It's funny. I was thinking 2015, but I don't think did they brew it just one time, or is it something they brewed many times? I don't remember. But the numbers at the bottom are meaningless. But the last two numbers are 15, but it says 1715. I don't know. It's got some time on it. That's all. What's the takeaway? This has some time on it. Continuing my theme week of all barley wines all week long, which I think is an okay idea. So this is relatively light for what I think a barley wine looks like. It's got that deep copper orange color, a little bit of red in there, a little bit of brown, but it's not as dark brown as I kind of think the style typically looks. So it's a little lighter. I don't know, finger and a quarter ahead. It's like a light khaki color, vanilla folder, somewhere in that family. Small, medium bubbles. It's kind of sudsy on top. It's not overly compact bubbles, so kind of, again, other than being a little lighter, well, I guess, yeah, I mean, it doesn't, yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of like I thought it would, just lighter. Short version. Let's see about the aroma. So there's a nice citrus and very piney. And then some figs and dates. So I'm kind of curious as this week progresses, and I am actually reviewing these in order of how I'm posting them. So, like English versus American style barley wines. And this one has some of what I think English style has, with a deep dried fruits, raisins, and again, things like figs and dates. But it unmistakably has orange peel, has, and yeah, like a real piney element to it. Some molasses. And not disparaging 21st Amendment by mentioning another brewery, but like really kicking out Sierra Nevada vibes. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Matt. Make sure you guys check him out. I'm sure if you watch me, you watch him already. But anyway, make sure you check him out. Matt and Massive Beer Reviews. Like the color, it's a little lighter on the palate in terms of like the mouthfeel. Flavor-wise, a lot of flavors going on. Follows the nose pretty well. More piney sap than I even got out of the aroma. A little bit of that orange, but like, and there is like they mentioned citrusy hops. Like I get it. It does have that West Coast IPA, kind of like citrusiness. Kind of reminds me a little bit, again, not to mention a brewery, but like Dogfish Head's 120 Minute, which is basically a hoppy barley wine at that point. It's kind of like a light version of that. So if you've never had this beer, and I don't know which company is easier to get for most people, but if you've never had this beer, but you have had Dogfish Head 120 Minute, it's a lighter version of that in a lot of ways. So you're getting the big pine. And again, it's like legit sappy. There is some sweetness. You get some of the dried fruits as well. So it's not just IPA, West Coast IPA, but bigger, like a triple or quadruple version of that. There is some what I think of, again, as like English barley wine, like things that like that style would focus on a hair more than the American style. So it does have some of those like dark fruits, dried fruits. But the focus is what I'm focusing on, talking about, that pine sappiness. It's kind of interesting to have a beer with this much flavor and this ABV that is so light on the mouthfeel. And not watery, but more on the watery side than the syrupy side. And when you taste it, though, this is kind of the coolest part of this experience. When you taste it, you think, oh, I'm going to get like sweet syrupiness, and then it never happens. And that's kind of like, it does taste good, don't get me wrong. That's probably the coolest part of the drinking this beer, to be honest with you, though, is that it's good. Like, it is good. It's good. I prefer English style. I don't dislike American style. This one is solidly in the American style camp. So maybe that's why I'm not like freaking out as much about it. But it is definitely a good beer. Do not get me wrong. But yeah, thanks again, Matt, for sending it my way when you did send some of these beers that I'm doing this week, and other beers as well. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.